Hey look, Thomas Brush released a new game. I'm sure this will be completely normal and won't make me cry out a combination of fear and sadness.
Come closer to my teeth, little Pete. Your friends won't miss you fast asleep.
Yup. Gonna be a completely normal game. We play as Pete, an orphan whose girlfriend, Ren, got kidnapped by a strange person named Dr. Smile. Pete then falls into a coma. We wake up, go outside, and we're told that we woke up from a coma recently, and that all the grown-ups are gone because they went out to look for Ren. So it seems like a typical save the girl plot, but it gets really weird towards the end, and it's just in a completely different direction. Anyway, we'll get more into that later. For now, let's talk about the gameplay itself. The gameplay is pretty simple. You use a bat to attack enemies, and after every boss you get a new song to play on the piano, which gives you a new upgrade. Interestingly, you can actually play all the songs from the start of the game and get every upgrade immediately, which definitely adds some replay value, but the game limits this. You can't just go to the final dungeon after doing this, and I kind of don't like that. I would have personally made a secret ending for doing the final dungeon first, but that's just me. The dungeon design had a very Zelda-like feel to me with how it was laid out. One major problem this game does have in the gameplay department though is bugs. There are a lot of bugs. I found a ton and I wasn't using a guide or actively looking for them. I came across them completely on my own. Fortunately, the bugs aren't generally too bad. They're usually just kind of funny and don't ruin the experience or anything. However, there are two really bad bugs that I found. When you defeat the second boss, there's a decent chance that Pete will turn sideways and you can't leave the room. And you need to go back to the title screen to undo this. Luckily, it keeps your progress from being the boss, so it's not a huge deal, but I still consider this kind of glitch unacceptable though, because I beat the boss 3 times and it happened every single time. The second bug you can trigger when you pick up a card, a collectible which I'll get into later. The game will freeze and you need to restart the entire application. I only had this happen once throughout 3 playthroughs and I have no idea how I triggered it, so it's not that common. This game does have a ton of glitches, but fortunately it's not unplayable or anything. It was actually kind of fun to mess around with these glitches from time to time. The music isn't amazing, but they use it very effectively. They knew when there was music needed to fill the dead air and when the music needed to hold back and let the visuals and sound design take center stage. Speaking of sound design, it is done phenomenally well here. It's extremely unsettling and even makes some very simple enemies unnerving to fight. The visuals are a nice breath of fresh air. Everything is made up of simple shapes, but the use of lighting and transparent objects makes it look extremely clean. There are also cards of characters and objects in the world that you can equip to change Pete's appearance. During the cutscenes, it changes the visual style to be more storybook-esque. There's a narrator during these whose voice fits perfectly with the scenes, making them standout moments in the game. So, what do I think of Neversong? I think the game is extremely buggy and needs some patches. However, my casual playthrough is only 4 hours long, and this game costs $15. $15 is way overpriced for a game this short. I understand that it's nice to have some shorter games every now and then, but I really suggest waiting for this game to go on sale if you want to play it. As for me, I may go back and finish collecting all the cards to see what happens, but for now I think I've had enough of this game. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time.